celebrating the life and legacy of Hazel Inez Johnson. Hazel Inez Johnson was 83 years of age at the time of her passing and was part of a fourth generation of Grants. She was born May 4th, 1940, or as she would say, 5-4-40, in Dayton, Ohio, at the Good Samaritan Hospital. Her parents were John J. and Mabel Grant Johnson. Grandparents, Sam Grant Jr. and Parizate Grant, and great-grandparents, Sam Grant Sr. and Emmeline Smith Grant. As a youth, and up until her passing on January 8, 2024, Hazel lived as a resident of Cleveland, Ohio, and was educated by the Cleveland Public School System. Although she attended Glenville High School, due to unforeseen family circumstances, she had to leave school early during the beginning of her high school experience. Nevertheless, as a middle-aged adult, she returned to her studies, enrolling in classes at both John Carroll University and Cuyahoga County Community College, Metro Campus. Sister Hazel had a zeal for living life to the fullest. She had a what you see is what you get type of personality that was full of wit and humor. Her hands were her angel wings, and her mouth only the power of God could control. Her persona was fashionable and stylish. She was also a trendsetter, one of the first in Cleveland, Dayton, and Sandusky, Ohio, to promote plus-size women's fashions for African-American females. People recognized her style of dress best for shopping at the exclusive Lane Bryant plus-size women's clothing store. Growing up, her children would joke about picking up mother's clothes from the cleaners because it was hard to carry down the street, and the bill would always cost $300 or more. Uniquely, Hazel believed in the power of female relationships and was always part of a sister circle group, even in her senior years. She utilized her God-given talents in the specialized fields of cosmetology and hospitality. Hazel was street smart, had an enterprising spirit, and was very business savvy. Before casinos were even deemed legal, young Hazel was known and respected around Cleveland's entertainment scene, which landed her the nickname Big Haze. Her cousins from Dayton loved to come to Cleveland because they knew Hazel was going to take them out on the town and show them a fun time. Working at the Carnegie Hotel soul food restaurant jump-started her professional career as a chef and caterer. After the closing of the hotel in the mid to late 1980s, Angie of Angie's Soul Food Restaurant and Hazel developed a partnership and opened Angie's and Hazel's Kitchen. The business was well known for its Sunday soul food buffets and for hosting the monthly Greater Cleveland Roundtable, now the Greater Cleveland Partnership Organization's lunch meetings. One of the partnership's memorable achievements was a feature on World News highlighting a Thanksgiving Day meal for the homeless and members of the Cleveland community. The event was supported by the Greater Cleveland Roundtable members and funded by local businesses. Although Hazel was raised in a God-fearing Christian home, it wasn't until she fell in love with Jesus as a member of the Cleveland Church of Christ under the leadership of Bishop James Halton Sr., deceased, and now under the pastoral leadership of Senior Pastor Bishop Lincoln C. Halton III, that she began to transform her life into a woman pleasing to God. However good, bad, or indifferent, she was still Hazel and always will be. The congregation loved to hear her sing from the choir, Up the Hill Journey, and When You Hear of My Homegoing, and coined one of her moves as the Holy Ghost Moonwalk. A pillar in her community and senior citizen complex, she is revered for feeding people from the Glenville community and for working with the youth as a grandparent volunteer at the former Harry E. Davis Middle School, now the New Davis Apartment Homes. It was never her character to put people down. Instead, she put people to work. In the late 1960s, with co-founder Mr. Willie Parrish, from the ground up, together they built a neighborhood legacy, the Modern Variety Convenience Store and Carryout Restaurant, better known as Radios. Radios was a neighborhood family business and became one of the first Black-owned neighborhood stores to receive a license for operating Ohio lottery sales. Not only was Sister Hazel part of a fourth generation in her family, but she also lived to see her children to the fourth generation. To cherish her memory are all who knew and loved her as a daughter, sister, mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, stepmother, godmother, aunt, and friend.